So everyone I know is going crazy over this brand new Turkish TV show. I mean everyone. My family, my friends, my brothers, everyone. What is this show all about? What is the fuss about? What is its name? Resurrection Ertugrul. Sorry if I butchered the name. Resurrection tells the tale of Ertugrul, who was the father of Osman, the founder of the Ottoman Empire. Resurrection shows Ertugrul rise to power and how he wins the heart of his local clansmen and eventually Turkey. Throughout his ascension to power, he encounters various enemies along the way. These enemies include the Mongols, the Byzantines, and his biggest rivalry, his own people, the Turks. Constantly throughout the show, Ertugrul is seen trying to convince his family or his local clansmen that there are traitors among them and that they shouldn't be trusted. However, the characters throughout the show are shown to be frankly stupid or too arrogant to even believe him. Which leads me to the show's biggest weakness. Its characters aren't really written that well. Here's why. In my opinion, there are three types of characters in Ertugrul. First, the loyal companion of Ertugrul. Second, the clever enemy of Ertugrul. And third, the dumb, ignorant clansman of Ertugrul who is too blind to see the truth. That's my opinion. But wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm not here to talk about the show's strengths or weaknesses. I'm here to talk about Muslim heroes. You see, me, like any other Muslim, wants to see a Muslim hero on screen. Any Muslim knows it's so hard to come by a hero who fights in the name of Islam and is portrayed positively on screen. Because when you say jihad in front of a non-Muslim, and sometimes even a Muslim, the room turns silent. People tend to avoid talking about combat in Islam. I can understand why a non-Muslim would want to avoid jihad, but Muslims don't want to talk about it either. You see, jihad is part of our religion whether we like it or not. Each and every Muslim should aspire to pursue jihad. So what is jihad? To sum up jihad, it's to struggle for the sake of Allah. It has many shades of meaning, like to struggle against one's evil inclinations, to invite a non-believer to Islam, or to, I'm not going to sugarcoat it, fight for the sake of Allah. So what does this have to do with Ertugrul? Well, for one, it promotes jihad unapologetically. This series almost breaks this taboo of not talking about jihad so openly. This series gives what Muslims have been asking for a long time. A Muslim hero. Almost like a Muslim superhero. Let me explain. Every time my family got together, they would shout out lines from the show, almost like they're quoting a line from a Batman movie or something. It's amazing. If you ask me, this is far from a bad thing. In today's pop culture, superheroes have become a massive thing. It influences the way our young adults and our kids spend their money in the cinema. Like it or not, superheroes have become huge over the last couple of years. Fans travel all across the world just so they can meet their heroes in some superhero convention. Kids now look up to these figures for inspiration. So why can't we have something like this for Muslims? And I'm not talking about copying superheroes. I'm talking about someone who is on TV and holds his religion in high regards and loves what he represents. Someone who kids look up to and aspire to be, like Ertugrul. And it's not just that, sometimes me and my family are watching the show and we learn about a new hadith which is narrated by one of the characters, which is just amazing. You can learn while being entertained. Other people see this as a push of propaganda by the Turkish government. And to that I say, make Muslims great again. And so despite all of Resurrection's pacing problems, I think the show has succeeded in giving us a Muslim hero. Assalamu alaikum brothers and sisters, I had a lot of fun making this video. I don't watch Resurrection a lot. Every now and then I go downstairs and see my brothers watching it and I just happen to watch, and next thing you know an hour passes by and I've watched an episode without realizing. It's just so refreshing to see Muslims fighting for the sake of Allah and not seen as barbaric terrorists killing innocent people, you know what I mean? And so the best part of watching this show is not actually watching the show, it's actually seeing the faces watching the show, seeing their faces light up with the characters' triumphant moments, seeing them cry in their darkest moments, you know. Also wanted to give a shout out to some brothers who helped me in my research on this show, not intentionally, but I took from them in their podcast. It's called The Mad Mamluks. I think I pronounced that right. I'll include their link in the description. Please check them out. I've never seen a bunch of brothers so passionately talking about the show and yet give some really in-depth background knowledge as to what happened before the show and the events surrounding the show. So if you really want to learn about that time, please check out that video. They're very, very, very passionate about that show, which is really good. Lastly, I would like to request if you would please like the video if you do like the video, and to share it. It really helps out. It really helps out if you share the video. So that's the last thing I would like to say. Assalamu alaikum.